Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. Welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare, an online learning community that offers over 22,000 different courses in subjects like videography, photography, social media. So for the first 400 of you to click the link down below and sign up with Skillshare, you'll receive 2 months absolutely free. Big thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Now today, I'm going to be making alligator bites. Alligator. This is going to be my very first taste of alligator meat, and it was so very kindly sent to me by Erin. Erin, thank you so much for sending this to me. Oh my word, look at this. This is a pack of Louisiana alligator meat. It was refrigerated and sent to me in a great styrofoam box. Actually, it came frozen along with a bunch of other treats. And I put it in my refrigerator and allowed it to thaw so I can cook it for you today. Certified Cajun Louisiana prime filet. It says it includes boneless alligator filet, water, salt, natural extracts of herbs and spices, sodium tripolyphosphate. So this looks like it's been seasoned, maybe it's been brined. I've learned that alligator is farmed and that a lot of people actually in Louisiana and down south eat alligator, and I believe most of the meat is in the tail. By the color of it, it looks a lot like pork or chicken. I'm wondering if it tastes like that. Well, about to find out. So these are already cut into bite-sized pieces. Just kind of got striations, a bit like fish. Whenever we're dealing with raw meat, we always wash our hands. Be right back. Here's roughly a pound of alligator meat. Now I'm going to season this with a bit of salt. This is kosher salt, so it looks like I'm adding a lot, but it actually isn't as salty as table salt, so don't be worried. Pepper. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of Louisiana style Cajun mix that Erin sent me, so I'm going to add a little bit of that. Let that sit for a moment. Now we're going to prepare our buttermilk, and that's what we're going to soak the alligator pieces in before we dredge it into some seasoned flour. So buttermilk originally was a leftover whey, kind of watery stuff that came out of making butter when you churned it. These days buttermilk is cultured. It's a little bit more like sour cream or yogurt. It's a little bit sour, but it's really great for tenderizing meat. Really great for deep frying, for fried chicken, and in this case, alligator. Probably about 1.5 cups into this bowl here. Oh yeah, incidentally, buttermilk is really great for pancakes and waffles. Absolutely delicious. Highly recommend having some buttermilk around just so you can make those. My nose is really itchy. Why? All right. So, same thing with my buttermilk. I'm going to season this with some salt, pepper, Cajun seasoning, good teaspoon of that in there. And then I'm going to add some Louisiana style hot sauce. Original One Drop does it. Love this stuff. As you can see, my bottle's almost empty. Ooh, maybe a half teaspoon. Louisiana style hot sauce is a little bit different than other hot sauces. It tends to be vinegary and tangy, sometimes a little bit smoky. A really famous one would be Tabasco, which I feel like is in its category of its own because it's very smoky, but love Tabasco too. In fact, let's add a little bit of that too, because why not? So now we have some very tasty buttermilk. Put our alligator bits in there. I'm going to set that aside. You can let this marinate for a couple hours, or you can fry right away, which is what I'm going to do. Now we're going to make some seasoned flour. I'm going to put some flour, a couple cups, again with more of our Cajun seasoning. Salt, red pepper, onion, garlic, sugar, monosodium glutamate, liquid crab oil, and lemon oil. Lots of cracked pepper. And I'm going to add some garlic powder. Oh, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. Smells good already, that garlic powder. Ooh-wee. You ever watch Justin Wilson, I believe his name is? I remember as a kid, I'm like, why does he say onion like that? Now I'm going to get some vegetable oil up to 350 degrees, so let me get that set up. Take a piece of alligator, shake off the excess buttermilk, and put them into the seasoned flour. Now we're rolling the pieces into the flour. There we go. Yes. So while my alligator bites are frying, let me tell you a little bit more about Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers over 22,000 different courses in subjects like videography, design, filmmaking, photography. If you want to make your hobby your job, this is the place to go. So a typical Skillshare membership costs about $10 a month, but if you click the link down below, you'll receive 2 months of Skillshare absolutely free. Right now, I'm taking a course in cinematography while I make a lot of YouTube videos. I don't have any formal training in video making necessarily, at least cinematic videos. So I'm taking a cinematography course by Dale McManus, which teaches you how to shoot expert video with any camera. So be sure to click the link down below and receive 2 months free of Skillshare. All right, let's check on our alligator bites. Here are my beautiful little bites of alligator that have been deep fried to a golden crispy crunch. Looks gorgeous. So I've got a little bit of lemon juice here. This is also served with remoulade, which is a kind of mayonnaise relishy kind of a sauce that this is dipped in. But I'm going to have mine just straight up because that's how I like my deep fried food. I'm gonna have this little one right here first. Listen to that crust. All right, here's my little alligator bite. This one goes out to you, Erin. Itadakimasu. That's delicious. It's so well seasoned. I really don't taste the meat, but it does have an interesting texture. It has a bit of a chew to it and a stretch and bite. It's a little bit chewy, but the texture is kind of almost like flaky, a bit like fish, and kind of chickeny and porkness in terms of its lightness. It's not heavy at all like beef. It doesn't have a gamey or kind of heme flavor to it, not at all. Very light, but the texture is interesting. It's chewy, has a pull to it, but it's relatively light in terms of being more like chicken or pork. But battered and deep fried, coated in Cajun seasoning, absolutely delicious. That Cajun seasoning is wonderful. Tang and a little bit of heat from the hot sauce. Definitely can taste the garlic in there and a little bit of MSG. So the last deep fried thing I had on the show was bull testicles. If you want to compare this to that, completely different texture and completely different flavor profile. That one is actually a bit chewier and more rubbery. This has a chew, but it's not rubbery. It's just kind of stretchy. I'm going to take off the breading and just have a bit of the meat and see if I can taste the alligator itself. It's quite pleasant. And in terms of texture, it is kind of a cross between a little bit like fish, it's a little bit flaky, and chicken. Very, very mild flavor. More sinewy than chicken. Not really fishy at all. Just the texture is very, very unique. Delicious. So if you don't happen to have any alligator on hand, I'd still recommend using this combination of buttermilk and seasoned flour to make yourself a delicious deep fried dish. It would be wonderful on chicken fingers, for example. And yeah, big thanks to Erin for making this episode possible, for sending me not only the Cajun seasoning, but the alligator itself. Big thanks also to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Be sure to click the link down below to receive 2 months free of Skillshare. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye.